Hello everyone, my name is Reza Malayeri and welcome to another episode of AdoramaTV. I recently had the incredible opportunity to cover the 2025 MLS Cup Final in Miami. It was a high-pressure environment with championship stakes where I had to rely on my core sports photography fundamentals to capture those decisive moments. In this episode, I'm going to share these techniques so that you can implement them and capture amazing sports photos at your next shoot. Whether you're shooting a professional final or a Sunday youth league, the rules for capturing a great sports image remain the same. Let's break down the pro sports fundamentals I use to document the game, covering everything from the mental side of shooting to the specific settings that ensure you never miss the moment. First and foremost, let's focus on the mental game, which is all about anticipation and timing. The biggest difference between a snapshot and a story is your mental approach. You can't just react, you have to predict. You need to read the game like an athlete. Don't just follow the ball, watch the players to see where the play is going next. We often get caught up in camera specs, but timing peak action matters more than your frames per second. Even with 30 or 120 frames per second, if you don't time your shutter press to the height of a jump or the peak of the action, you'll miss the emotional core of the moment. Second, let's talk about composition and technical settings. Once you're locked in on the action, you need to focus on composing your frame and nailing your exposure. Try to aim for clean backgrounds and storytelling framing. In crowded stadiums, I use wide aperture lenses to isolate the athletes, making them pop against the chaotic background. However, when it comes to team celebrations, I always make sure to stop down my aperture, usually to about a 5.6 or an f8, to get more depth and ensure the whole team is in focus. Next, your shutter speed is essential. To freeze a fast-paced game like the MLS Cup, I kept my shutter at 1/1600th of a second or faster. In addition to really fast shutter speeds, mastering your focus modes is also super critical. I personally rely on continuous autofocus while using zone or tracking. I also always map my button for back button focus, which separates my focusing from my shutter release, allowing me to set my focal plane and compose for the story. This is great because it allows me to get the shot without the camera trying to refocus every time I take a picture. Now, let's move on to practical strategy and workflow. Positioning on the field is a key fundamental. Getting the shot is about where you stand and how you work. You have to position yourself strategically on the sidelines. Don't just plant yourself in one spot for the whole game. Move to where the action is driving towards you. Personally, I always stand behind the goal that my team is attacking. That way, I can ensure I capture the goal celebrations and the offensive plays coming straight at my lens. When it comes to support systems for heavier lenses, like this 300mm G Master, I always use a monopod like this small rig one right here. This saves my back and keeps the frame steady by alleviating the stress on my arms from hand holding a long lens for a long period of time. Now, this next point is arguably the most important fundamental I learned when I was starting out, and that's sideline etiquette. It's absolutely crucial to respect the rules when you're on the field. Be aware of the refs, the players, and other media members. Having good etiquette ensures you carry yourself with professionalism, and that keeps you out of hot water with the staff, the teams, and the players. Now, once the game is over, you need to focus on your workflow. When you shoot thousands of images, you need a system. I personally shoot RAW plus JPEG, and I use tools like Photo Mechanic to cull my JPEGs fast so I can get images to my editors immediately. Now, let's briefly touch on the gear that I used at the MLS Cup Final. I used my Sony Alpha 9 Mark III, Alpha 1 Mark II, paired with my G Master lenses like this 300mm f2.8 and the 7200 f2.8 Mark II. One specific advantage of my Alpha 9 Mark III during a big game is global shutter. I'm able to avoid LED banding from the advertising boards and eliminate all rolling shutter artifacts due to any fast action or whipping. This saves me a ton of agony trying to fix a bunch of ruined shots in post-production. In conclusion, while pro gear helps set you up for success, mastering these fundamentals first is what allows you to truly take advantage of your gear. The best part is that you can apply these rules at all levels: youth, sports, college, and ultimately the pros. Now go out there, implement these fundamentals, and capture those decisive moments. Thank you for watching this episode. please remember to hit that like and subscribe for more valuable education right here on Adorama TV. I'm Reza Malayeri, and I'll see you in the next episode.